Hello children, welcome to today's English class. How are you today? I know you like to play funny pranks with your friends, make funny faces and do a lot kind of things which you like to do, like playing fun and everything. And today's poem is something it's going to be very funny. Let's read the poem and learn one more funny game. Are you ready for it? Are you game for it? Okay, after this session, you will be able to read and enjoy the fun in the poem, enjoy the rhyme and rhythm of the poem, appreciate the poem's beauty, do actions from the poem and add lines to the poem. Children, I know we all like riddles. It's fun cracking riddles, isn't it? No. Now I'll ask a few riddles. Are you ready for the challenge? Here's the first one for you. I'll go swimming with you, but I'll never get wet. Who am I? Here's the second one. Day or night, like a good friend, I'm always there for you. Who am I? The third one. Wherever you go, I'm right behind you. When you creep, I'll creep with you. I follow you wherever you go, but never make a sound. Who am I? I think you got it. I know you got the answer, right? It's a shadow. Would you like to watch a short video? I'm ready. Let's watch this video.
My shadow. This is my shadow. My shadow follows me everywhere. Sometimes my shadow is short. Sometimes my shadow is long. Oh, where is my shadow now? It is gone. Sometimes my shadow plays peekaboo. Here is my shadow again. Sometimes my shadow flickers too. Sometimes my shadow puts on a show. When I get sleepy, my shadow gets sleepy too. Good night, shadow.
Children, did you like the video? I want to ask a few questions based on the video we have watched. What did you observe in the video? Who did you see in the video? What was the clown doing? What was he talking about? Did you ever have fun playing with your shadow? Here, today, we are going to learn a very beautiful poem, My Shadow, written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Let's read and enjoy the poem. Before that, let's know something about the poet Robert Louis Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson was a 19th century Scottish writer notable for novels like Treasure Island. He wrote poems for children using simple English like this one, My Shadow. Individual reading. Children, read the poem individually. Tick those lines that you have understood. Put a question mark if you haven't understood a sentence. Underline those words that you couldn't pronounce or understand. After individual reading, a few of you can present it in the classroom. Now, let's watch a video of a class where the children are reading individually.
I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me.
The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow.
For he sometimes shoots up a head.
Sandeep, what are you reading?
One morning very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shiny dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him? He's more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed.
Children, have you understood the poem clearly? The poet used very simple language, hadn't he? There are only a few new words for you. Let me see if you can answer the following questions. Who is I in the poem? What is he talking about? What are the different actions the boy is doing in the poem? Now, children, sit in groups, read the poem again, share what you have understood from the poem and what you haven't understood. See that everyone in the group gets a chance to share and read. You can make use of the glossary given here. India rubber ball, a ball that can bounce very high. Buttercups, small bright yellow wildflowers. Errant, complete, total. For example, he is an errant coward. That also means he is a total coward. It's an errant nonsense, which could also be written as it's complete nonsense. Now, let's watch a video of where the children are reading in groups.
Out him me, I want
He's more than I can see.
Anjali, can you read the poem?
Yes, sir.
Read out.
I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see his jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow. Not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there's none of him at all. One morning very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. One morning very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed.
Good. Children, that was very well done. Now, I would like to read the poem. Listen to me carefully. My shadow. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be the use of him is more than I can see. He is very like me from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. The funniest thing about him is the way he likes to grow, not at all like proper children, which is always very slow. For he sometimes shoots up taller like an India rubber ball, and he sometimes gets so little that there is none of him at all. One morning, very early, before the sun was up, I rose and found the shining dew on every buttercup. But my lazy little shadow, like an errant sleepy head, had stayed at home behind me and was fast asleep in bed. Dear children, I hope you have enjoyed the poem. If yes, would you also like to observe your shadow growing smaller by day till noon and also growing bigger by evening? Here are some activities for you. Trace your shadow in the morning, in the afternoon and in the evening. What did you observe? The second activity, play with your shadow, make funny faces, do different actions. How did you like that? Do these activities tomorrow. Talk about them in your classroom with your teacher and with your friends. The poem is really good, isn't it? Would you like to add some more lines to the poem? Now, let's read the first line of the poem. I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me. Okay? You can replace the action in the above line with a different action. The action in the first line is goes in and out with me. For example, I have a little shadow that eats and drinks with me. So, we have replaced goes in and out with me with eats and drinks with me. See, we have a new line. We have added a new line to the poem. Now, let us change the second line also. See the second line? Let us read it. And what can be the use of him is more than I can see. This is the second line. What do you want to change here? What is possible here? Can we try using how instead of what? Fine, let's do it. For example, and how is he my friend is more than you can see. Here we have changed what can be the use of him to how is he my friend, and even I, the pronoun, has changed to you. This way we can add more lines to the poem. We have 2 lines now. Children, you can add more lines with the help of your teacher. You can take the help of your teacher and present them in your class. Happy writing. Do the activities. We have 2 activities: tracing your shadows, morning, afternoon and evening, and other one playing with shadows, jumping, playing, singing, dancing. See what happens with your shadow when you do all this. Do it in light, do it in dark, and see the difference and add lines to your poem. Happy writing. Good day.